We're live on YouTube. Live on YouTube. Live on YouTube. We're unable to start live video on Facebook.
Well, we have to fix this one.
Uh-oh.
1 second.
Hold on. I'm trying to make them both go. Uh-oh. Check your settings and try again. What settings do we have to check?
That's a good question.
We're not live on, I think settings, enable live stream, viewing, auto captions.
So glad you're all here with us while we do this.
We have one person on. We have one person on right now. All right, let's see here. Cross post. All right, hang on. We're almost going to start this thing. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make sure Facebook is not a complete dumpster fire. Just a second. All right, we're going to use camera. Check, check. 1, 2. We're on that. All right, let's try going live. YouTube. YouTube for the win. Are we on that one? Okay, we're on Facebook. All right, so we're on Facebook. Now we're on YouTube. We seem to be good. Can y'all hear us on YouTube? If you can, text. We are cross-posting, so we're going to try to put both of them right next to each other.
So if we're looking back and forth, that's why.
Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do this. I got an idea. Go ahead, babe. Talk to the people. Go ahead. Yeah, talk to the people.
Well, welcome, everybody. We're so excited you're here.
I don't know why I didn't think of this before. There you go.
Problem solving this.
Come on, this is perfect.
If you need to do something to it, though, what do you just?
This is good right here. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. All right, fun. Here we go. Fun times here at the Grijalva. Grijalva's live.
The Grijalva Manor.
All right, if you can hear us, let's leave a comment. Let us know you're on. Jump on, like and share the stream as well. We've been liking that, so send a text message to someone, say jump on right now, because that was been fun for all of us.
Yeah, I just posted mine.
Did you post yours?
I did.
All right, let me post mine. Hang on.
He writes things.
Grijalva's live. There it is. All right, I think I got it. Babe. I think I got it. Let me just jump on and let me share the stream.
I love that you all are so patient with us.
You are so patient with us.
These.
I so appreciate it. All right, so we got it. So YouTube, we got Facebook, so now everybody can jump on to different things. Hola. We got Andrea. Beloved.
I like how you say that last.
You're absolutely right. Hola, Kathleen. How are you? Let us know where you guys are right now watching from. Where are you watching it from? Where are you at? I got my coffee. Do you got your coffee?
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
No coffee tonight.
No
Normally there's coffee.
No, I usually do tea.
Tea, that's right.
I usually do tea.
Cold tonight.
If I do coffee, then I stay up late.
Can I wrap up a blanket?
Maybe not.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have a pillow?
Sure.
Our white pillows.
What?
Furry pillows. Anyway, man, so glad that everybody's with us. Come on, let us know where you're at. Where are you sitting right now? Hello, Erica. How are you from St. Peter's? Hello. See you guys. YouTube, again, you can say something on our YouTube stream, and do us a favor, hit share on your Facebook or hit share on YouTube, and or I don't know if you're on YouTube.
We've never done it before, so I don't really know.
It's going live, just is what it is. So, man, anyway, so hey, hope everybody's day is going well, and watching y'all from Helotes, Texas. Come on, Mr. Dan Gonzalez Mendoza. Hey.
Hey, Pastor Jason.
Selena. What's up? PJ's on from El Chaparral. Tony. What's up, man? Tiffany Taylor. O'Fallon. What's up, y'all? What up? How's everybody doing? We got we're growing our YouTube live right now as we speak. So if you guys go to our YouTube live, you can actually do that as well. Shout out to everybody watching from El Chaparral for with Pastor Jason and some of the team. They're celebrating Tabby's birthday today. And so we were just there, so then we came home so that we can do this because we love you guys and we think y'all are awesome. And so so happy to see everybody. and say what's up. We're growing our YouTube. We are one person, and now we're at 2 people. It's going to be awesome. So you can go to our YouTube channel at Rise. So it's youtube.com/RiseChurchTX, and you can watch from there and see what that's like. And you can comment on there as well. And so, so happy to see everybody. We have something to celebrate, babe. We just celebrated yesterday.
Our 2-year anniversary for Rise Church.
2 years, two, as in not one.
But 2.
2 years. So celebrated, and man, just so excited.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. 2 years in the making, and man, it was awesome. So I was excited to see it. And what did you love about ourselves? Tell everybody what we did that weren't there.
So because we are kind of coming back after all of, the COVID thing, and we want to be safe and we want to be clean, we decided to do it outside. We also wanted to provide opportunity for those to come. They could pull up in their cars and listen through the radio, maybe ones that families or people who haven't quite come out of their house yet. And so we just wanted to provide that opportunity for them to come be a part.
Yes.
But we did worship and the message outdoors on this awesome platform that our team put together. They worked so hard. I'm so proud of them.
Great job.
Yeah, they did. We had a dunk tank. We had baptisms, which was it was amazing. We had so many people get baptized.
Baptisms. We had a bunch of spontaneous baptisms. That was awesome.
We had cotton candy and food trucks. We had a team there. They were doing what do you call it? Airbrush art for the kids.
Somebody told me something funny yesterday. They said every time Rise does something for the kids, there's tattoos involved. And I was like, yeah. We're from California.
Yeah, but it was a great turnout. We had so many people, new faces, and so we got to just be with people. Oh, we had parent-child dedication, so that was amazing. We had several families that we got to dedicate their littles to the Lord, and so it was great. It was really awesome to just be together and worship together.
Yeah,
so it was great.
I'm trying to text somebody right now the link to our. Everybody grab your phone right now and text youtube.com/RiseChurchTX to get on our YouTube channel right now. I was trying to find, I'm texting my family. I can't find, here it is right here. All right, so I'm going to text my family that right now. Paste youtube.com.
What was your favorite thing?
Man, I feel like so much has gone on and so many things have happened. I think what I loved, maybe the most was just seeing all the people back. It was
almost like a re-energizing moment,
like a family reunion almost.
Yeah, for everybody.
Yeah, felt very family reunion-esque, very like, hey, come. Meet and visit and say hi. And it was really cool, man. It was really great. Just honestly, it was a great atmosphere, a lot of food. The sliders were good. The tacos were good. I'm trying to think. We had the best, I think, photo booth out there so far. You want to show the people our photo that we did, our family photo?
Yeah.
I kind of have some weird thing going on with my shirt in the center because, my muscles are so big. And so it kind of looked a little odd, but that's okay because, I look a little odd, so it doesn't matter. So anyway, can you see that? Can you show it to them?
So we'll show here.
You can see like the balloons and stuff. It's really cool.
And then we'll show here.
See, that's our picture right there. So if you had a good time, let us know.
It was fun.
A great time. What was y'all's favorite thing about, for those of you who were able to make it out to our anniversary service? Let us know what your favorite thing was, and I'd love to know what people thought. What did y'all think? What was, I think most people's favorite part? A short sermon. Pastor Jason said it was 12 minutes and 36 seconds. So
shortest sermon in history.
12 minutes and 36 seconds. I'm like, that's awesome. So yeah, people were like, yeah, that's awesome.
Worship was really great. Our team did awesome with that. I think they had a lot of energy, and I loved the music, the songs that they chose. So it was done very well.
Yeah, it was great.
I was very proud of everybody.
A great time.
It was a good celebration.
So much fun. So, hey, we got 3 on our YouTube live channel. 3. Let's go. We got 20-something on our
Facebook, but 3, we're growing it. We're growing it. Somebody say something on the YouTube channels. Just put a comment
Start
on
saying
there.
stuff.
But we had some topics that we were gonna like walk through and have
Yeah.
some questions. And should I pull them out?
Yeah, it's probably easier.
That way we kind of we're trying to figure some things out and just kind of walk it out. So we're in the middle of a series right now with our church, and
Let's talk family.
yeah, let's talk family, and just kind of talking about. So I started out with kind of like maybe some how to win in family in general, and then I talked about kids and parenting last weekend, and then this current weekend, we talked about spiritual family, and then this weekend we get to talk about marriage, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be really, really good. I think what will be fun is to talk about where we failed in marriage. And so if y'all want to have some fun with this, we're going to talk about our failures in marriage. So our failures, where we went wrong, where did we go wrong in marriage? And so we're going to give you top 3. I'm going to do the top 3 failures in our marriage.
Okay.
Get ready to write them down. You can hold it against us one day, and all that. So
what would you say are top 3?
I don't know, a top 3. How about I'll give one of the 3.
Okay.
What do you think?
You said you were.
You want to start, or do you want me to start?
You start.
Let's see. Number 1, y'all. And while we're doing this, y'all could put in the comments where maybe if you're married right now, what was your maybe number 1 failure. We'll give you 3 of ours. This is just 3 of them. We got like 1,000. Let's see. What was one was the top 3 failures in marriage? Do you have one on your head?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do yours.
Yeah.
I'll think about mine.
I think for both he and I, the way that we're wired was at the beginning, we were only concerned about winning on our side of like, we just wanted the other person to just hear us and know what we were saying or what we were feeling. And we were not really that concerned about maybe what they were feeling or hearing. And so or saying. And so it just made it, and we're already pretty feisty, both of us.
Yeah.
And so it just, I think, makes it harder because you're not communicating well with one another. You're just fighting.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things, well, maybe I'll save that for what we did.
So just win.
Well,
so
yeah,
you win. So that was a win. Okay.
So that was one of the
loss.
failure. Yeah.
The one you wanted to win and I wanted to win. And
we just both wanted to win. So we were just constantly headbutting each
other. Let's see. What's the biggest 3 things we did wrong early in our marriage? I don't think we prioritized time with each other. That's still a struggle with so many kids, but
we also we got married and then got pregnant really fast.
Yeah.
And so we were still very new inside marriage, relationship, learning how to do that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, and not only did we get pregnant really fast, we got pregnant with twins.
Yeah.
So by our 1-year anniversary, we were a family of 4.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out this whole nother level of life.
Andrea says for her and her husband was how they discipline children. We got 5 on our YouTube live stream. 5. Let's go.
It's growing.
5, baby. We're building it. We did. So no, that's interesting about. I always, I talk to people a lot and say, man, marriage is hard when you're on the same page. I think it's even harder when you bring in the mix in a context of somebody who's not a believer, or somebody who sees life differently. And I think there is I preached last year on marriage a little bit about just the idea of compatibility, and that there's a level of compatibility that I think is helpful when you're going into marriage. You're going to have to sacrifice anyway. And I think there are some people who are just naturally more compatible. And if you guys don't agree on that, man, that can be such a tough thing to do.
To navigate.
Yeah. I think that's really, so that would be one of the failures.
Well, even just in the sense of outside of maybe one who might have a relationship with Jesus and one not, even in a relationship, we both grew up knowing Christ and being taught the word and stuff like that. But we also grew up in two different kinds of households.
Yeah.
And so even in that subject of disciplining children, we still have 2 different views, and we have to be able to communicate to each other and find the same the same goal and the same mission that we want to do together, and then just the same outcome we want for the boys and our children, and then come to an agreement together in our own household. You know, take a little bit from him, take a little bit from me, and what works for our family.
Yeah. I think one of the things too is being able to, I think being able to be like vulnerable with each other in a way that like, just being able to be silly with each other, or not taking everything so seriously, or not making everything a big deal. I think one of the things that we made early on, I know I'll just say a mistake I made early on is I just super sensitive. I didn't realize how sensitive guys could be, but we really are kind of sensitive. We're sensitive, like you couldn't you couldn't have fun with me, or if I got offended really easy. I think easily offended people are just breeding grounds for bad relationships. You're just looking for a way to be offended. And I know early on, because I was a pastor early, I think, in my life. And so like early on in our marriage, I think, because we got married, I think I was a pastor when we got married. And I think I used the Bible and Christianity and church against you, like the Bible says, like, just so you know, like nothing good comes after that in a marriage. Like, well, the Bible says submit, woman, and and then you were like, oh yeah, well the Bible says this, and, man should love his wife, and we could Bible verse each other. We can sword drills. Y'all remember doing sword drills? Did you ever do sword drills when you were a kid? Because we call them a sword because you pulled up your Bible. We're gonna sword drill. And so anyway, so I think that early on that was a bad thing, where we try to use the Word of God as a weapon instead of a protective nature in our family. So
would that be 3 things then?
Yeah, I think so. We got a couple here from different people. That's a good one. Cecilia Britannia. Is that your middle name? I thought your first name was Britannia. There's a wonderful new couple that came, Adam and Britannia, and they're fairly new to our church. So man, just so happy to see you guys on here. And great verse there, Adam. And she said it's a hard one. I like to win. She likes to win like you, baby. And so we've got to do dinner soon. Carrie said competition for control. Yep, we
totally understand that.
You know what you're talking about there. Let's see here. Maromo Ordonez, one of the failures in the big my boys for hobby. Yeah. No, that's an easy thing to do. I think the more kids you have, the easier it is to do that.
It's easy to slide into that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like the more children you have, or the younger they are, the more competition it feels like you have with the kids. And dads and husbands can resent that, because you're like, you're spending so much time with them, and you need to as moms, but just us like trying to.
But it goes back into what you were saying as far as just knowing how to prioritize correctly.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Oh, so they both go by their middle name. So that's not his first name either. My mind's blown. I gotta know what his first name is. Now I gotta know what it is. I gotta know. So those are our first kind of 3 big things in marriage. I think that we kind of like. I'll say those are pretty big ones. That's a good one, Melissa. That's a really good one. So accepting constructive criticism. Thank you for your all's hearts. Just looking forward to this. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing, no doubt. Let's see here. What was another thing? We had a couple other things that come up that we were going to talk about. What's 3 things? So we did 3 things we did right or wrong. What's 3 things we did right? You say.
At the very beginning of marriage, I really do believe the biggest thing that we did right was go into counseling.
Oh yeah.
And again, we are big believers in counseling for just relationships in marriage, and relationships in general. But just it's good for your soul to have that one there that you can help talk that stuff out with together, because it's I don't know, it just helps bring a level playing field in a way.
Yeah.
You're learning. So this is what I was going to say before. What we learned how to do.
Which, by the way, put them in the comments, like what you guys have done right. We want to learn from y'all. Like, what's some of the things you do right in your marriage?
What we learned how to do was to fight right. Yeah. So the whole idea is in marriage, you're going to fight. There is not an if, it's just when. Yeah. And so Do we choose to
Which
carry?
I just feel like we would never fight if she just listened to me.
Do we carry the right tools to help that when those moments arrive, right? So like, are you trying to make a point? Or are you trying to make a difference? Like, where are you in this moment?
Yeah.
And a lot of what we've learned and are continually learning on a regular basis is we cannot control and change each other.
Yeah.
Only God can do that.
Right.
And so in the moment, I'm responsible for me and how I choose to act.
Yep.
He's responsible for him and how he chooses to act.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways that I had to really just learn for myself was that I tend to defend.
Yeah.
And I'll protect myself naturally. So if I feel like he's coming at me or not loving me, I will defend myself. When I had to realize that actually God is my defender. And so if I just lean into that. And
you're so good at that too.
And just like let go of what I feel like I need to fix, control, change, and just surrender that to God.
Yeah.
And I leave him in the hands of Jesus. He'll come back to me later and tell me, stop talking to Jesus. Because
that's true.
The Holy Spirit is moving on his heart.
That's so true.
And if I keep my heart soft and do what God asked me to do, as in be respectful to my husband, it's not about him deserving the respect.
Yeah.
It's about who I choose to be in that moment as a daughter of God.
Yeah.
I choose to be a respectful woman to my husband, regardless if he deserves it or not, because in that I'm honoring God.
Yeah.
And God will protect, defend me, and work on this one.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
He does. He
works. So just having that, being humble enough to lay that down and trusting that God is protecting me.
Yeah.
It took a long time for me to learn.
Yeah.
And still there are moments I have to realize and just talk to myself and have conversations with the Holy Spirit and say no, because I can feel myself coming up in arms of like, no, I got to defend. And it's like, no, but I don't,
Yeah.
And yes, it still sometimes hurts, but even remembering that God, he covers me in that hurt and he comes back in those moments and he's a better man for it. And I'm a better woman for it.
Yeah. That's good.
That's one of the biggest wins I think we've walked through is going through counseling and learning how to fight right.
Yeah. Selena put on hers, not using generalizations like you always or you never. Those are great. Yeah.
We create rules. That's another tool. We have created rules in a non-fighting or high intense moment of what we desire for our marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. And so again, we've decided and understood that we're going to fight. So are we going to fight right? And we've created these rules of we don't say always and never because it's just not true.
Yeah.
We don't ever leave the house or go to bed without giving each other a kiss goodnight, even if we're mad. Yes, it is awkward because you just want to but we don't. We give that space to call each other out on moments when we are not choosing to be who we should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, those moments are not always easy.
Yeah.
They're never easy.
I think one of the things that I would say that is important for us as I think we did early on, and we continue to do this, but I think it was vital for our
survival.
Yeah, I think from a early on standpoint is we got around really really wise couples early on. People who had been there before us and were there. We found people. We said we don't know what we're doing. We kind of have an idea from our family, but it's different. And so what we felt like is we're going to get around families that we want to be, and we want our families to look like. And then we just hung out with them and spent time with them and watched how they parented their kids and watched how they
worked out stuff through each other.
With marriage, and they how what they did in their house.
We asked lots of questions.
Yeah, so much is caught than it is taught. Like routine we got from couples in our lives, from our pastors, and from friends around us.
And it wasn't just like this is what you do. Like we learned the whys. You know, and then we made that decision. Like we understand why that's important. We do want that, or that works great for them, but that really doesn't work for us. But we're thankful that we can see how it works in their lives.
We took an idea and we contextualized it to our life, so we just, there was so much that I think that one of the biggest things we did right was when we just got around and spent time with other couples. I believe in this thing called marriage mentoring. I think if you want to grow in your marriage, there's a few things that you can do. I think that obviously information gathering. So that's like reading books or going to conferences or watching sermons or going to message series like we're going to do this weekend, Or to me, one of the best ways that you could do that, honestly, is get around other people and just be around and learn. So there's many ways I think you can learn. There's many ways I think you can figure stuff out. But if you can't learn to just be around the right people, I mean, I learned so much that way.
Yeah.
And just getting like, I know you even got around like ladies, like how to be a godly wife, how to be a godly mother, how to walk things out in today's society and things world. I mean, there's a lot of complications to the world. And we made major decisions because we got around. To me, I think there's marriage counseling and there's like marriage mentors. And if I were you, if you're a young family, or even if you're, you got older kids or whatever, get around families that look like what you want your family to look like, and then do what they do.
Yeah.
And you don't have to recreate the wheel. Sometimes you just need to get in the car and drive the car that was already made. Don't make your own car. So I think like that's just a big thing for us.
And I think that concept can really apply to any level of like person in their relationship. So even if you're not married and you want to be married, still be around godly women and people who walk that out in their life so that you can be that reflection. You can learn and gain things and gain tools so that when you step into that, you're ready. But
I just got texted from somebody in our church. It just made me laugh.
okay.
You're watching right now, and there's a lot of stuff that happens in COVID. You know what I mean? We're all just trying to make it. We're all just trying to make it. So walk around with grace. Buckets of grace.
So I think that that's a great way is, like you said, get around people who you want to look like. And again, it's not because they know everything or they're perfect or they have it all figured out. It has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It's more of realizing that you can actually learn and grow in that environment and absorb. And
let's do something fun here real quick. This is for everybody watching, all right? We got like a bunch of people on YouTube and everything like that. So, okay. For everybody out there who's married or right now, okay, or wants to be married or whatever, okay, so let's do this. Well, if you could change one thing about me, what would it be?
Oh, geez.
Let's do that. Like, if you could change one thing about your spouse, like, what would it be?
I went first
like
already, so you go ahead and start.
What's one thing if I could change one thing about you?
I
Babe, you're
already
wonderful.
know what I'm going to say.
Babe, you're just, babe, I wouldn't change anything. You're just amazing.
Why did you ask the question?
Like, this is real talk. Can we be real? Let's say we have real talk.
Sure. I would change
hashtag real talk.
I would change the fact that you tend to bite on your fingernails.
Hey, why you got to dime me out in front of the people
I
like
would
this?
change that. Drives me nuts.
I have a nervous habit. I do. I have to kick that habit. And maybe something about our marriage, not personally. That's a personal attack.
I'm
Dang,
not
babe.
attacking you.
Dang. Now we're going to have to put that in our counseling this week. Let's see. What might I change about you?
Constant need to be right.
If I could change anything, maybe, I don't know, babe. I don't know. Nothing.
You don't know, perfect. Or you don't want to say.
You're perfect, babe. You're amazing. I love you. So good. Please write something in the comments about what you would change.
Selena,
about to start some fights. There it is. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, Pastor Jason. Dangerous questions. This one.
Let's see if I could change it.
I'm secure, babe. You can tell me.
I don't know, babe. Just that you defend yourself like hardcore sometimes. I think. And I
don't back down.
You don't back down for nothing. You are a fighter in all the sense of the word. I'm a little scared of you, if I'm honest. I'm a little nervous. You got a knife in your hair? And so, what's a quirky thing about me that drives you crazy? Like, just living with me. Let's do that. How about that's a fun funner question.
Everything is so very, very loud.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's so loud. Like, I don't understand why it has to be that loud.
Come on, put in the comments what's the quirky thing. Here we go. Quirky thing. Brandy, we're walking away from this discussion signs instead of talking it out. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. PJ, no, this was not on your list of questions. PJ prepped us with this.
He's
I'm flowing. I feel something. I feel spirit. I don't know if it's the Holy Spirit, but there's a spirit in here.
Something happening. We need to pray.
Feeling a spirit. Let's see. What's a quirky thing about me? So you said loudness.
What's a quirky thing about me?
Let's see here.
He asks these questions and then he can't answer them.
I don't know. Let's see. What's a quirky thing about you? Like a quirky thing, like a quirky thing, like a quirky thing. I thought you were gonna say like I don't let you dry any of my shirts.
It's also true. I have to air dry them, which is not terrible. I mean, people do that.
Okay, because I think the dryers are the worst thing for clothes. Can I say that? Like, the dryers were not meant for clothes. They're meant for towels. They're not for jeans. If you put your jeans in the dryer, that's not where they belong. You put your shirts in the dryer, that's not where they belong. They need to. They're nice stuff. I'm trying to help.
So, do you have anything quirky about me or nothing?
Jake said how closely tied my attitude is to my appetite and quantity of sleep. That's true. There's some hangry people in the world. I call it hangry, Cheyenne, Tyler's never on time. That's one thing I would change. Yep, there you go. All right, I get it. Yeah, what's one thing about you?
You still have to figure out something quirky about me. I know like 3 things quirky about myself.
So you help me out.
No, you have to.
What have I said that is quirky about you?
He preached about this. That I wait till the gas light comes on.
Oh, help me,
And I don't
Lord.
put gas in the car until the light comes on. See?
I'd say, how many of y'all get in the car and you're like, I have to prepare my heart getting into her car. Oh, that's one thing I don't like. So my wife is like 2'6", and so for her to get in the car, she's got to. And so I'm not 2'6". So when I get into the car, I don't want I forget sometimes that it's that close, and I jump in and I nail my head.
That a few people can actually relate to that because they help me on Sundays. So when I pull up, I hop out of the car to take my kiddos in, and our team is so awesome. They move my car for me so that I don't have to run back out if I don't need to, which I'm so thankful for.
I didn't know that.
But I'm sure they feel that same feeling when they hop in the driver's seat and their knees are up their chest.
It's like holding the thing. Never mind. Anyway, favorite movies. Yeah,
let's go back to the list. Let's just follow PJ's.
Favorite movies and TV shows that we like to watch together. Put your favorite. Let's do this. How about a favorite movie that you would love to watch with your wife, or you would love to watch with your husband? Like, what's a favorite movie? And no, you don't have to be like Fireproof or Left Behind. It doesn't have to be a Christian movie. Come on, we get it. Sometimes we just want to be entertained. And so, what would it be for you, babe? What movie, if you could watch with me, a movie with me, what would it be? Is there a fun movie out there?
Does that have to be a new movie?
No, it could be any movie. It could be old school. It could be new school.
Do you have a movie in mind? Because I need to think about one.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a movie that I would love to watch with you. But you don't tend to watch movies that I like to watch sometimes.
What don't I watch?
Well, yeah, I guess it's true. Yeah, you're right. You do watch some movies with me, so that's always a nice thing.
The Sound of Music.
The Sound of Music.
Just kidding.
Lord.
It's just because I knew I'd get that reaction out of you.
Oh.
Okay, it's for real. What movie would you want to watch with me?
I like watching movies where you and I laugh.
Mm.
I like funny movies to watch with you.
Like
so
what?
You know what movie I think is really funny, and I don't know why it makes me giggle laugh. There's a movie called Get Smart with Steve Carell. And I just think, I don't know why, but I just think that movie is so funny. It's so funny to me.
Cheesy.
Put your favorite movie you guys like to watch together. Maybe there's like a favorite movie that you like to go on dates with or something like that. That'd be funny. I'm trying to think of like that. I really like those movies. We liked watching old school TV shows.
Like Seinfeld.
Yeah, Seinfeld and Friends. Those are fun movies that we watch.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is so stinking funny.
Not dating ourselves.
Most of 3/4 of my personality is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I feel like I almost admit. Mm-hmm. Home Improvement. Oh, Tim Allen. Oh my gosh, Home Improvement, one of the classics. Like that's what we love. We love stuff like that. And so, I mean, I think that was funny. You want to tell my favorite line from that show?
Which one?
Home Improvement. It's about the wife.
Well, which one? You have a few lines.
So there's this one show, there's this one episode. I'm reviewing episodes where things
There's a tiny human at the top of the stairs. Hi, buddy. Can you go to bed, please?
This is real life.
He needs water and
he's talking to us.
All right.
Okay, I'll get up there in just a minute.
Oh, okay.
My goodness. It's very dramatic. I'll be up in just a minute.
We'll be up there in just a minute.
He's freaking out. He needs water.
Help me, Lord.
Okay,
go
to bed. I'll be up there in just a minute, buddy.
Go, Judah, right now.
Yep, go. I'll bring it up in just a minute.
That's our 6-year-old. He's coming down the stairs. So anyway.
Advocating for his 9-year-old brother.
Yeah, he's our lawyer.
So Titus is the lawyer.
Yeah, so we just did that. That's awesome. So we just thought those were funny. Batman, Dirty Dancing, Cole Freeman. That's interesting. We love Friends. Nice to see y'all alive. Yeah. We like. Let's see. So anyway, those are some fun things that we like to watch. What's your ideal date? Give me your ideal date. What would be your ideal date? Write in the comments what your ideal date would be, guys. What your ideal date with your wife or your husband would be.
Ideal date.
I have one.
Okay, go.
No, go ahead. You do
So
it.
I have to think.
You know what you want to do? Your ideal date?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, here's my ideal date with you. This is just me. I would like to whisk you away. We go to the beach for a week, and you and we go to like an all-inclusive resort somewhere where we just walk out to the beach from our room, and we lay there all day long, and I eat hot dogs and drink Topo Chico all day long. That's what I would like to do. I would like to sit on the beach and eat hot dogs. That's all I've ever wanted. I'm like Kevin from The Office. Like, that's literally what I want to do. And take you on a date. That would be anything.
Yeah, Pastor Jason. That's what I was going to say.
Anything without kids.
Anything without kids.
What about you, babe? Ideal date. Ideal date.
Okay. I was just thinking inside Texas, like.
Put your ideal
but
date in the
anywhere.
comments.
Yeah, definitely a weekend away. I would probably enjoy. I love the beach. I think I would love that too. I think that's one of the reasons why we vacation well together, because we actually enjoy the same place.
Yeah.
I actually think it would be kind of fun to do maybe like a cabin with like snow and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big I like the snow.
It's a vacation, not a date. That's true. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. I got.
That's why I was like date. I was like, okay.
That's
I'm thinking.
That's on me. That's on me.
Like dinner and going to the Pearl at night.
Yeah,
and
we love the Pearl. So in San Antonio, north side of San Antonio, it's awesome. There's a place called the Pearl,
and there's not. I mean, you just go and you just enjoy the atmosphere.
We're foodies. Okay, so that would be a good day. I would like to take you out and we'd go downtown, and I'd like to do like a tour de food. And just find like a couple of spots and like have like appetizers here and appetizers here.
We've done it a couple times and it was a lot of fun. Like you do it with people.
That would be fun. Yeah, so that would be an ideal date.
To me, that's an ideal date.
Yeah, and then so I already gave you my ideal vacation. That would be kind of cool. We want to go back to New York. We actually had our honeymoon in New York, and we love the city.
Y'all remember the story?
Yeah, I've told a story about losing my wife on the subway. But
by the way, that was a very real story.
Yeah, and so but I think. Man, we'd like to go back to New York one day when it's normal again. Post-COVID, post-COVID.
Yeah.
So,
I actually want to. So, if I were to talk about an ideal vacation, which some people might think is crazy, but I want to actually experience New York during Christmas and New Year's. So I want to physically, maybe not down. Maybe I don't know how we would do that. I want to see the tree lighting, and I want to watch the ball drop.
I want to see tree lighting. So maybe we'll do one time we'll do a tree lighting. And then, so we don't not in New York for 3 weeks. We just do a tree lighting, and then maybe next year.
I've heard some you gotta to be down in the square though. That's pretty hardcore though.
I want to do that.
But you can't get out.
I'm not afraid. I'm ready to do it.
You have to be there for
Let's
hours.
Go. I want to go there for hours. Yes, I love people.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
I love people. People are awesome.
I want to get like a hotel room overlooking the square.
Oh man,
and be out on a balcony with some coffee, watching the ball drop.
Oh man,
that's what I want.
That would be cool. I wonder how.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
We have to pull that off. We have 5 people on YouTube live. 5 people on YouTube live. Anyway,
your dad's laughing that you lost me in New York.
I did. I lost it.
It was scary, y'all. It was our first full day married together, and he lost me on the subway. It was scary. What
are some differences in our sense of humor that you feel like are not that funny? Like things that I think are funny that you don't think are funny at all.
Gosh, I don't know.
Come on, I know there's a few of them where you're like, it's not funny at all. But I think it's super funny.
I just think it's funny that you think it's funny.
That's not funny.
You're
laughing at me.
That's what makes it funny for me. I love you.
Whatever.
I love you.
That's great. That's great.
What do you think? What's our differences?
What do I think? You think some things are funny that I just don't. I don't think it's very funny. I'm trying to figure out what it is. We have 6 people. We have broken the 6-person mark on YouTube Live. We all share this stream. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do it. Tyler. I get 6 people on YouTube. Like, yeah, Tyler. That's my man right there. Tyler. We're growing that YouTube Live flow. Let's see. What were we talking about? Things I think you think that are funny. You think what was the one thing that you thought was so funny the other day? Actually, so a lot of people think that I'm funny because I'm kind of like a quirky, goofy guy on the platform. She's actually she's very funny. And I asked her why did that. I'm like, why don't you do more things that are funny? Like, I didn't know. I was like, she'll say something funny, and I'll die laughing. And she'll be like, I'll be like, babe, I didn't know you were that funny. And what do you always say?
Yeah, I'm really funny.
But you're always.
What do I say?
You say to me, you're always talking, so I can't be funny because you're always talking. And I'm like,
true.
That's mean.
I'm not.
That's mean. That's what you would change about me? Stop talking so much?
No.
Anyway.
I wouldn't change.
Hey, if you have a question about marriage or an idea about marriage or a thought about marriage or like anything you want to know, like we'd love to know. Like just let me know if there's anything on your mind that you think would be great to anything to ask. It would be helpful for our comments and be helpful for the people watching, bring some value to this rather than me just rambling on about answering
Random
questions
things.
that make no sense. So any questions about anything would be awesome. What's the last fight? How about that? Let's do that. What's the last thing you fought about? What's the last thing you fought about? Write it in the comments. The last thing you fought about.
Do you remember
Maybe
the last
you're
thing we
currently
fought
fighting
about?
right now, and that's why you're not typing in the comments. What?
Do you remember the last thing we fought about?
I don't remember. What was the last thing we fought about?
The kids coming up on the platform on Sunday.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So all right. Let me show you something we fought about. Well, it wasn't really a big fight, but it was. We had a little moment. So I asked her. I said, "Hey, babe, like, what I would love to do at the end of our anniversary service, I was like, I'd love to just get you and the kids up there, and we can just all thank the church from our family for just the amazingness that they have been." And she's like, "Babe, that sounds amazing." Actually, the first thing she said was, "You actually didn't think it was amazing."
I was just like, that's gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to try to figure out how to make that happen.
Yeah, and she started asking a
So
bunch
I
of
started
questions.
with my concern.
Yeah,
This is going to be kind of hard.
Yeah, and I was like, well, and then I just was not in the mood to receive it. I really wasn't. Like, I was not in the mood to receive it. And I was like, well, fine. Then you don't want to be on the platform, and I'm not going to be up there. I'll just be there by myself. And I,
Had a bit of a moment.
Yeah, so she was
I had
like,
to choose not to take it personally.
she has these moments where she watches me, and I think she's learned to like, she lets me unravel like myself.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at if she gives me enough rope, I'm gonna hang myself a little bit. So
I wouldn't.
yeah, it would be she's good at letting me kind of dig my own.
We talked through it. And we were able to work that out.
That was the last fight that we had.
That was the
I
last
would
fight
love
that
to
we had.
know that I'm not alone. So if you're married in here, please tell me the last thing that you fought about. Please, please, please put in the comments. Come on, somebody give me something. What was the last thing you fought about? So then I can tell you, and I don't feel alone in this. Anything that you fought about, the last thing. That was the last thing we fought about.
Yeah.
And getting on the platform. And then tell them what happened
And
actually.
then everything was happening. Everything was amazing. And he was coming to the end of his message and he was praying. And so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't
Powerful 12-minute
distracting.
message.
So whilst he was praying, I had all 5 children get up and walk to the side as he said amen and walked off. And I was like,
She got all 5 of my kids. You figured it out.
I was like, I thought we were going up there. He's like, I forgot. And I was like,
That is our life in a
So, yeah.
nutshell. Babe, yeah, it's so true. That is our life in a nutshell right there. When
Yeah.
I make a fuss about something, I'm like, come on, like we gotta do this, And then she finally is like, okay, fine. And then we don't.
So I'm going to have y'all talk with him while I deal with that one.
Okay, student.
Keep going, boo.
So anyway, last thing that you thought about. Anybody? Are we the only people that fight? Is this it? Are we we're the last of the fighters in the world? Apparently we are, I guess. That's just the way that it is. This weekend, we're going to be talking about marriage. It's going to be awesome. And man, I'm going to love it. I feel like God's really giving us a good word for marriage this weekend and to help our families take a step. We really believe this with all of our heart. Like, man, all of our church will only be as good as the families that are in it. And so we're really committed to teaching on family and growing marriages and making them the best we can so that they can last as long as they possibly can.
Yeah.
And that's our goal in life because we believe in them. So anyway, no one has remembered any. No one knows of a time that they fought. The last thing that they fought about either that or it's too embarrassing to put on
Maybe.
a comment or
That's
something.
okay, though.
I don't know. Well, we had our moment. Pastor Jason doesn't remember the last time he fought.
It's awesome.
Whatever. What's some disciplines, small disciplines that we do in our marriage that make a big difference? I really thought that we would have some fun sharing our fighting together, but apparently I was dead wrong.
Well, how would you answer this question?
What small disciplines we do in our marriage that make a big difference? Small disciplines that make a big difference. Small disciplines that make a big difference.
I think always just speaking to who they are becoming.
That's good.
That's a big one.
That's good. We got 7 on YouTube Live. 7! You're my people. YouTube.
If you can remember
Facebook, you're awesome too.
to speak to the person they're becoming,
Mm-hmm.
it really helps your heart so that you're not frustrated about who they are in the moment.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes, whoever we are in the moment is not always our best.
Right.
Especially if it's coming from an emotional place or an immature place or a hurt place.
Yeah.
And so if you can just make that promise to each other and to yourself, because they're good. I have to remind myself I'm going to fail him. I have to remind myself he's going to fail me. I'm going to hurt him. He's going to hurt me.
Yeah.
And if I choose to just not hold it over him or against myself when I miss it, we can actually succeed better because I'm not trying. I remember who I am and who I choose to be in that moment. And I can be humble and repent. I can be transparent and vulnerable and share.
Yeah.
And all of those things are hard. It's not about, it's never going to be easy.
Yeah.
You're never going to arrive. So just look at the journey and understand that that's probably the most important part.
I think early on, what I realized, I think I have a good response to that is like maybe something I did wrong and something I really have to fight right now and not to do is change you. Like I felt like early on, that was a big thing that my pastor always tried to keep me from doing on a regular basis, was trying to change Erica into the image that I wanted her to be. And the truth of the matter is she shouldn't be in my image. She should be in the image of God and how God created her to be. And my job is not to mold her into what I think she should be. My job is to wash her with the water of the word. That's what the Bible says. My job is a gardener more than I am I'm not an artist. I'm a gardener with her. I'm planting seeds inside of her that would reap a harvest. And so if I don't like what my wife is producing, then I got to look at myself as the gardener to what am I planting in her spirit? What am I planting in her heart? What am I doing on a regular basis that's either washing her or am I hurting her? I don't need to take a chisel to her. I need to take care of her and I need to honor her and grow her. And so sometimes I think I get carried away with that, and I want you to be a certain version of whatever wife I have in my head, and I want to make you I kind of try to make my vision happen in your life, and I need to be faith-filled enough to trust God's vision for her in her life, and so she doesn't have to be, what I think she should be. She should be what she thinks she should be, which is my hope and my goal. So, I think that would be the small things that I do right now is just trying to focus on.
It's a daily choice. It really is. Because, some days will be good and it'll feel easy. And then other days will feel really hard and you just don't want to do it. And you have to choose to do it. Yeah. Because it really is a choice.
Yeah. Planting the church has been a weird season for us too. It's been hard because it's hard on my emotions and hard on her emotions. And we try to do the best we can to give out as much as we can. At the same time, being mindful of our hearts and being mindful of our spirits and what we feel like God is asking us to do. If that makes sense, what are we trying to accomplish as a couple? But at the same time, stay really, really healthy. My goal, I want to stay healthy with you. I want to stay healthy with you. I'll give you my goal in life. I want to get to the end of my life and be married to one woman. This woman, I want her to be at the end of my life and say that I made it with her. I love her and her honor me and me honor her, and our kids love Jesus, love us. And in order for that to happen, the truth of the matter is, in order for that to happen, other things are going to have to fall by the wayside. I can't have it all. You can't have it all. I can't have it all. We can't have it all. We need to have our ability to actually focus on the end goal, which is to be healthy and to get, it's not really even it's just, we want to get to the end. So we are committed to being healthy. So there's some things we even put in with our church and, just making sure, just really walking that out. And so, we got one fight. Come on, we got one. This makes me feel better. Thank you, Melissa. This fight was we painted the master bedroom and restroom. I wanted to include our walk-in closet, and he did. And he said he would we would do it another time. Not why. Oh man, he is too far away for me to come to him. Yeah, I know, Tony. Man, we all miss Tony. He's a great man of God, and so yeah. But I think those are some of the things that I think we did, like little things. I think we try to do, get around the right people, and I just need to focus on not trying to create you into something that you're not. I think that was a big fight for a lot of our years. I've just noticed. This is just my opinion. Most guys I've talked to and most people I've talked to, man, a lot of the marriage issues just really stem from the lack of leadership in the family from me and the man. And if we can't lead humbly and wisely and kindly with our wives, you just don't. You're not going to produce a lot of healthy fruit.
I think too, realizing that for the wife and the helper, understanding like, yes, you can have that knowledge and that wisdom, and it's not there as ammo against your spouse.
Yeah.
Well, you should be doing this, and you should be saying that. This is how you should. Like, that doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, that's just going to hurt the person.
Right.
That was one of the biggest things our counselor would always tell us is like, this is what we talk about in here is not for you to turn around at home and say, well, you remember what he said? You should do this. That's just going to cause more pain and more frustration, and there's not really anything that's going to happen that's good. So
that's good. It's true. It's so true. Well, I think we are wrapping it up today. We had no questions. This was an odd Grijalva's Live, I feel like.
Really?
We were trying to, like, come on. Sometimes we get on here and people are just about it.
Yeah.
So interesting tonight. And so no questions. And we'll try to share with you a few of our struggles that we're walking through. And God's good because we got counseling this weekend. Got some things she needs to fix. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But no, it's going to be good. It's going to be pretty amazing. And so glad that we were able to walk it all out. Yeah, I'm going to be walking all. Any final words, babe? I thought we looked at all the YouTube comments. Somebody said YouTube comments. I think that was it.
You remember last time, or one of the times we started this, and then we scrolled down and we're like, oh, there's all the questions.
We have them. They are very, very relevant. So, hey, a couple of things. This weekend, love to invite you. 9:30 and 11, we're talking about marriage. And it's going to be amazing. And we're going to really enjoy our time together. And can't wait to see everybody back in church. And it's been good to see people and see people kind of come back to the service and come back to church and can be around. And we made it to 7 YouTube people online. I mean, that's a win. I think that's a win. We started there. And we had a couple of requests for people who are on Facebook or not on social media, like, hey, where can we watch it? Where can we be a part? And so we wanted to make it a part of YouTube Live. And
hopefully it worked well.
Yeah. So we do this once a month. We call it Grijalva's Live, so we just talk about and have fun and connect. And sometimes the comments are a little lively. It's crazy. Sometimes it's all good. Yeah. It's all good. Today was easy and simple. So I love you guys and praying for you and all your marriages and all your families. And I think you guys are amazing. And so we can't wait to see you this weekend, 9:30 and 11 o'clock. We have 2 services. And can't wait to see you. Any final words, thoughts, questions, concerns? That's it. All right. Love you guys. We will see you next month for Grijalva's Live.